Tom Cruise. The name alone brings to mind fighter jets, daredevil stunts, and blockbuster action movies. But beyond the silver screen, the Hollywood megastar has another adrenaline-fueled passion: cars. And not just any cars. We're talking about a collection that blends classic American muscle, European engineering, and some of the rarest gems in automotive history. But before we dive into his jaw-dropping garage, here's a fun story. Did you know Tom Cruise was blacklisted by Bugatti? Yes, you read that right. The superstar who delivered one of the most iconic lines in Top Gun, "I feel the need for speed," ended up embarrassing Bugatti so badly at a red carpet event that they reportedly banned him from ever buying another one of their cars. We'll get to that legendary moment in a bit. Buckle up because we're about to take a high-speed ride through Tom Cruise's car collection, from his modest first car to multi-million-dollar exotics that scream performance. 1. The humble beginning. 1976 Dodge Colt. Every car enthusiast has a starting point, and for Tom Cruise, it wasn't a flashy supercar or a luxury ride. His very first car was a 1976 Dodge Colt, a practical, no-frills vehicle that played a crucial role in shaping his future. At the age of 18, Tom scraped together enough money to buy this used compact sedan. He wasn't a superstar then, just a young man with big dreams of becoming an actor. The Colt became his ticket to Hollywood, literally. It carried him from New Jersey to New York as he chased auditions and opportunities. But here's an interesting twist. The Dodge Colt wasn't even a fully American car. It was a rebadged Mitsubishi Galant, a result of Chrysler's partnership with Mitsubishi in the 1970s. Powered by a modest 1.6-liter engine, it didn't boast jaw-dropping horsepower or blazing speeds. But for Tom, it was more than just transportation. It was a symbol of ambition and hustle. And if you know anything about Tom Cruise, you know he's big on doing his own stunts. Whether it's clinging to the side of an airplane or pulling off insane car chases, he trains for months to get it right. That fearless streak started way before Mission Impossible. And maybe, just maybe, the Dodge Colt was part of that journey. 2. The iconic classic, 1958 Chevrolet Corvette C1. Fast forward a few years, and Cruise had started making serious money. One of the first standout pieces in his collection? A 1958 Chevrolet Corvette C1, a car that's as much a part of American automotive history as apple pie is to its cuisine. Here's the crazy part. When the Corvette C1 launched in the late 1950s, it flopped. Buyers weren't sure what to make of it. Was it a luxury cruiser or a true sports car? Sales tanked, and Chevrolet even considered killing the model. But time changes everything. Today, the Corvette C1 is one of the most sought-after classics, and Tom Cruise owns one that's been heavily upgraded. Instead of the original engine, it packs a modern LS3 crate engine, producing 430 horsepower. Nearly double the power of its factory counterpart. Add a limited slip differential in a 3.5 to 1 gear ratio. And this isn't just a showpiece, it's a vintage beast that can still keep up with modern sports cars. This particular year, 1958, was special for the Corvette. It introduced dual headlights, a revamped interior, and a noticeable bump in performance. Tom's Resto Mod version is a perfect mix of old-school charm and new-age engineering. 3. The cult favorite, 1983 BMW 3 Series E30. Before he was jumping off buildings in Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise was a rising star in films like Taps and The Outsiders. Around this time, he picked up what would become a legend among car enthusiasts, the 1983 BMW 3 Series E30. For those who know their cars, the E30 needs no introduction. It's widely regarded as one of the most iconic driver's cars ever built. No turbos, no excessive electronics, just a well-balanced chassis, precise steering, and a manual gearbox that puts you in complete control. For Tom, this wasn't just a status symbol. The E30 represented driving purity. Even today, despite owning cars that cost millions, Cruise still treasures this machine. Maybe it's nostalgia, or maybe it's because the E30 offers something modern tech-heavy cars can't: a raw, connected driving experience. 4. The Muscle Monster. 2010 Ford Mustang Saleen S281. If there's one car in Tom's collection that screams American muscle, it's the 2010 Ford Mustang Saleen S281. And get this, Tom once paid $13,000 just to have this car flown overnight for a movie premiere. Why? Because the Saleen S281 isn't just any Mustang, it's a monster. Saleen took the Mustang's 4.6-liter V8 and pushed it to the extreme with a twin-screw supercharger and dual-stage intercooler, delivering 535 horsepower and 525 pound-feet of torque. That's good for a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just 3.8 seconds. Only 1,320 supercharged coupes were built, making it a rare find. Tom's bright orange Saleen stole the spotlight when he showed up at the Mission Impossible 3 premiere. Talk about making an entrance. 5. The Muscle Legend. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. When it comes to raw, unfiltered American power, nothing beats the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. This car is the definition of a classic muscle car. Big V8, aggressive styling, and a presence that commands respect. Tom's Chevelle SS packs a 396 cubic inch engine producing 350 horsepower, enough to hit 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds, which was blistering for the 1970s. This car even made an appearance in Jack Reacher, where Cruise personally handled an epic chase scene without CGI or a stunt double. 6. The Infamous Beast. 2005 Bugatti Veyron. Now let's talk about the car that got Tom Cruise banned from Bugatti, the legendary 2005 Bugatti Veyron. Back in its day, the Veyron was the ultimate hypercar. 1,001 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, and a top speed of 253 miles per hour. Tom bought one for a cool $2 million, making it the crown jewel of his garage. But then came the premiere of Mission Impossible 3. Tom drove up in his Veyron, cameras flashing, fans screaming. He stepped out and went to open the passenger door for Katie Holmes, and it wouldn't open. He struggled, tried again, and failed, in front of the entire world. That embarrassing moment reportedly annoyed Bugatti so much that they blacklisted him. Harsh? Maybe. But that's Hollywood for you. 7. The Porsche Love Affair. 1996 Porsche 993 and 1979 Porsche 928. Tom Cruise has a well-documented love for Porsche. Remember that iconic line from Risky Business? Porsche, there is no substitute? Well, Tom lives by that motto. He owns a 1996 Porsche 993, the last air-cooled 911, and a 1979 Porsche 928, which he actually bought after filming Risky Business. Fun fact, in the movie, his character wrecks a 928 in Lake Michigan. In real life, Tom went to a dealership and bought one, minus the water damage. The 993 is considered the pinnacle of classic Porsche design, while the 928 was Porsche's bold attempt to replace the 911, a plan that never worked out. Today, both cars are highly collectible, with some 928s selling for nearly $2 million at auction. 8. The Racer 1988 Nissan 300ZX IMSA. Here's something most people don't know. Tom Cruise didn't just act in Days of Thunder, he actually raced cars in real life. Thanks to Paul Newman, Cruise got a seat in the Newman Sharp Racing Team's Nissan 300ZX for the IMSA Championship. The car was no joke. A 3.0-liter V6 tuned with performance upgrades like Jim Wolf Technologies cams, HKS exhaust, and Nismo suspension. Tom wasn't the fastest, but he had guts. His rivals even said his attitude was, "Go fast all the time," which led to plenty of crashes, but also a few wins. 9. The Vintage Gem 1949 Buick Roadmaster. Finally, we have a true classic, the 1949 Buick Roadmaster, famously featured in Rain Man. The car was practically a co-star in the film, and Tom loved it so much he reportedly bought one for himself. The Roadmaster was a technical marvel in its time, featuring venti ports, a Fireball straight-8 engine, and Buick's legendary Dynaflow transmission. It wasn't just a car, It was a symbol of luxury and innovation in post-war America. Tom Cruise's need for speed, on the ground and in the sky. Tom's love for speed doesn't end with cars. He also owns a Gulfstream 4 private jet, proving that whether it's on four wheels or soaring through the clouds, Cruise lives for adrenaline. From a humble Dodge Colt to million-dollar hypercars and vintage icons, Tom Cruise's collection reflects his journey, bold, adventurous, and full of passion.